Cars.com, Valvoline, Prime.
Shady Rays, Jordan Brand, Coca-Cola.
Menards, Libin, Ford, Rush Yates engines.
See something you probably had never seen on Fox.
Only one rookie in NASCAR history won the championship the very next season. One of just 3 drivers to ever claim 7 Cup titles, and the only stock car racer terrifying enough to earn a nickname borrowed from a Sith Lord. This is the man who turned a pink hand-me-down sedan into a legacy that still echoes through every left turn in American motorsport. This is Dale Earnhardt. Racing wasn't a hobby for Dale Earnhardt. It was genetic. Born April 29th, 1951, in Kannapolis, North Carolina, Dale grew up trackside. His father, Ralph, was a dirt track legend, a self-taught mechanic who quit his mill job to race full-time. No sponsors, no safety net, just obsession. Dale inherited all of it. By 19, he was behind the wheel of his first race car, his brother-in-law's beat-up 1956 Ford. Now, you're probably picturing the intimidating black number 3. Wrong. Thanks to a paint mix-up, the future Intimidator started in a pink sedan. Didn't matter. He was hooked. Dale dropped out of school, took out loans, worked whatever jobs he could. Welding, insulation, anything that paid. He lived in a trailer behind his parents' house with a wife and young son. Every dollar went to racing. Every hour to the garage. It wasn't glamorous. It was everything. In 1974, he stepped up to NASCAR's Sportsman Series, a proving ground for the main stage. A year later, he made his Winston Cup debut at the Charlotte 600. 1 race. Then back to the grind. Borrowing money, chasing sponsors, waiting for another shot, 2 more one-offs. Then a short run in 1978 that led nowhere. Dale was stuck in what NASCAR called stroking, fighting for scraps while the big teams took everything. But strokers don't quit. They wait. And Dale's break had a name. Rod Osterlund. Rod Osterlund was a California home builder who'd just bought a NASCAR team. He didn't want a veteran. He wanted hunger. He found it in Dale Earnhardt. Osterlund didn't just sign him. He gave him stability. A house. A real budget. For the first time, Dale wasn't surviving. He was ready, and he delivered immediately. Bristol, the Southeastern 500. Dale Earnhardt wins his first Winston Cup race, only the 4th rookie ever to do it. By the end of the season, Rookie of the Year, a 5-year deal. Then 1980, 2nd full season. Champion. Let that sink in. Rookie of the Year. Then champion the very next season. No one had done it before. No one has done it since. The kid from a trailer was now making real money, living the dream he'd chased his entire life. But it didn't last. A new owner took over the team, and it didn't work. 4 races in, Dale walked. He landed at Bud Moore Racing. Bigger team, better resources, on paper. In reality, frustration. The cars broke, the results didn't come. And Dale, loyal to Chevrolet, was stuck in Fords that never felt right. So in 1984, he made the call that changed everything. He went back to Richard Childress. Childress had been a driver, a grinder, someone who understood exactly what Dale was. When they first worked together, the team wasn't ready. Childress told him to go learn, then come back. Now, they were ready. Childress Racing built cars one way, strong, durable, no weak points. Pair that with a driver who never lifted, and you get domination. Dale Earnhardt wins the championship, then he wins it again. Back to back. The Childress formula was working. Indestructible cars, fearless driver. But one race kept slipping away. The Daytona 500 didn't matter because Dale didn't just win. He put on a show. Charlotte. The Winston Invitational. Bill Elliott dominates, leads almost every lap. But Dale is there, waiting. A mistake ahead. Chaos. A gap opens. Dale takes it. Elliott fights back. Lap after lap. Speeds climbing. Then turn 4. Dale blocks. Too aggressive. The rear steps out. At that speed, one wrong move flips the car. So he doesn't correct. He commits. Drops onto the grass at over 150 miles per hour. No panic. No lift. And somehow, he saves it. Back onto the track. Still leading. He wins. They called it the pass in the grass. It wasn't just a moment. It was a warning. Dale Earnhardt was different. Then came the image. After 1987, a new sponsor. A new look. Black. Inspired by Darth Vader. From that moment on, the number 3 Chevrolet wasn't just a race car, It was a presence. The Intimidator had arrived, and the wins kept coming. 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, then 1994. 7 championships. Only one man had ever done that before, Richard Petty. Now Dale stood beside him, from a trailer behind his parents' house to one of the most recognizable figures in American sport. He wasn't just winning anymore. He was becoming something bigger, a legend. 1995 should have been a warning. Dale Earnhardt was still winning, still finishing up front, but he lost the championship to a 24-year-old named Jeff Gordon. Young, flashy, rainbow car. Everything Dale wasn't. The sport was changing, and Dale could feel it. Then Talladega, the die-hard 500, running near the front, car strong, championship within reach. Then, contact. At nearly 200 miles per hour, he's sent into the wall, hard. Before the car can settle, another hit, then another. The number 3 goes airborne, rolling, violent, uncontrolled. When it finally stops, silence. Then somehow, he climbs out. Broken collarbone, broken sternum, bruised pelvis. He remembered every roll. 7 days later, he was back, strapped into the car with a flak jacket holding his body together. 1 week after that, track record at Watkins Glen. This wasn't normal. He still finished 4th in the championship. People called him invincible. But 1997 told the truth. Darlington, slow lap, no pressure. Dale blacks out, drifts into the wall. No explanation, no diagnosis, just something off. And for the first time in over a decade, no wins, not one. The whispers started. He's 46. The crashes caught up. Maybe it's over. Dale heard all of it, and it made him angry. 20 years. That's how long Dale Earnhardt chased the Daytona 500. 2 decades of bad luck, blown engines, missed chances, everything, except this one race. 1998 felt different. Before the season, Dale met a young fan through Make-A-Wish. She gave him a penny, said it would bring luck. He didn't throw it away. He glued it to the dashboard. Daytona, February 15th, 1998. The field is stacked. Jeff Gordon is strong early. Then, lap 123. Gordon hits debris. Out. The same kind of luck that haunted Dale for years. This time, it hit someone else. Lap 140. Dale takes the lead, and this time, he doesn't give it back. Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, all over him. Dale blocks, defends, uses everything he's learned from 20 years of losing here. 2 laps to go. Caution. And that's it. After 20 years, he finally wins the Daytona 500. What happened next became legend. Dale didn't go straight to victory lane. First, donuts in the grass. Then, with impossible control, he carved a giant number 3 into the infield. When he reached pit road, every crew member from every team was waiting. Rivals, enemies, didn't matter. They lined up just to shake his hand. Even the ones trying to beat him knew this meant something. Dale climbed out, and for the first time anyone had seen, he cried. 20 years of almost gone. The Daytona 500 was his. It was his only win that season. Didn't matter. That one victory said everything. The Intimidator wasn't done, not even close. Dale Earnhardt was 47, still fast, still dangerous. But he knew the clock was ticking. So in 1998, the same year he won Daytona, he started thinking about what came next. Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, DEI, his own team. But he didn't leave Richard Childress racing. Loyalty mattered too much, so he stayed and raced against his own cars, including one driven by his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. By 2000, Jr. was in the Cup Series full-time, number 8, Budweiser. Same number his grandfather made famous. 3 generations, 1 name. The 2000 season proved something else too. Dale wasn't finished. Neck surgery in the off-season. Doctors told him to take it easy. He didn't. 2 wins. Second in the championship. At 49 years old, still chasing an 8th title. The doubts faded. Again. Heading into 2001, everything lined up. Healthy, competitive, family all around him. The Daytona 500 was first, but this time, there was something else. In the weeks before the race, a report highlighted a pattern in NASCAR deaths. Same injury, basilar skull fractures. A solution already existed, the Hans device. Most drivers didn't use it. Dale didn't either. He said it restricted movement. February 18th, 2001, Daytona International Speedway. 17 million watching. Dale straps into the black number 3. Penny still on the dashboard. His son on pole. Everything in place. What no one knew was that this was the final chapter. The Daytona 500 begins like any other. 43 cars, 200 laps, 500 miles at nearly 200 miles per hour. Dale Earnhardt starts 7th, not aggressive, not desperate, patient, watching everything unfold. Up front, his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Alongside him, Michael Waltrip, 2 of his cars, running 1st and 2nd. For most drivers, that's enough. But for Dale, this is control. Lap 173, a violent crash. Cars flipping, sliding, debris everywhere. The race stops. Red flag. 20 laps to go. The tension changes. Now, it's no longer about winning. It's about survival. The race restarts. Dale Jr. leads. Waltrip 2nd. Dale Sr. moves into 3rd. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now the job is simple. Protect it. Behind him, Sterling Marlin is closing. Fast. Hungry. 5 laps to go. Marlin looks high. Blocked. Looks low. Blocked. Every move. Shut down. Dale isn't racing for position anymore. He's racing for them. Final lap. Turn 3. Marlin makes one last run. A small tap. At 185 miles per hour. That's all it takes. The car drifts left. For a split second, it looks savable. Then it snaps right. Hard. Into the outside wall. Head on. Violent. The sound echoes through the grandstands. Another car slams into him. The number 3 slides down the banking and comes to rest on the grass. Silence. No movement. Other drivers climb out, run over, look inside, then step back and wait. On track, the race continues. Michael Waltrip wins. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 2nd. It should be celebration, but something feels wrong. Very wrong. Minutes pass. No replay, no confirmation, just uncertainty. Then the news comes. 5:16 p.m. Dale Earnhardt is pronounced dead. 49 years old. The cause? A basilar skull fracture, the same injury that had taken multiple drivers in the years before. The same injury the Hans device was built to prevent. Dale wasn't wearing one. He died instantly. No suffering. His final act was blocking, protecting his son. The news spreads fast, then faster. Fans don't leave. They gather, stand together. Strangers, united by shock, by grief, by disbelief. At tracks across America, the same image appears. Candles, flowers, black number 3 flags. And on lap 3, 3 fingers raised to the sky. For Dale. But grief wasn't enough. Something had to change. The questions got louder. Why were drivers still dying from the same injury? Why wasn't the solution mandatory? NASCAR couldn't ignore it anymore. 8 months later, the Hans device became required. From that moment on, everything changed. Drivers walked away from crashes that once would have been fatal. Hits that would have ended careers became stories, survivable, because of what happened that day. That's the legacy. Not just 7 championships, not just 76 wins, not even the Daytona 500. It's every driver who stepped out of a wreck and went home. Dale Earnhardt was never supposed to make it. A kid from a trailer, no money, no guarantees, just talent and refusal. He built everything the hard way, lap by lap, year by year. He never backed down, not from rivals, not from risk, not from the sport itself. That's why they called him the Intimidator. But in the end, that's not what defines him, because in his final moments, he wasn't racing for himself. He was protecting his son, holding the line, making sure they finished. And maybe that's why he never really left, because every time engines fire, every time cars line up 3 wide, every time a fan raises 3 fingers on lap 3, Dale Earnhardt is still there. In the noise, in the danger, in the sport he helped shape, still racing, still leading, still remembered. Check out this next video that is more than speed.